Hi Leo, welcome to Star Card Tarot. This is your intuitive tarot reader, Darcy. Welcome if you're new to my page, which most of you obviously will be. I just started this page in May 27th it was created. And I just published my first video June 15th, or I believe it's, yeah, the 15th. So welcome. I hope you find the messages here helpful, and I hope that they bring you guidance, clarity, and a feeling of wellness, and a feeling of being able to step more into your authentic self on this journey of life. So like I said, my name is Darcy. I've been doing intuitive tarot readings for over a year now. In this description you will find my Facebook, Instagram, email, the links. I'm trying to figure out how to put the links in there. I'm definitely new to all this YouTube stuff, so I am learning as I go. But this is a passion of mine, and I love to do this. So, what else? So yeah, if you're Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this message is for you. I also suggest to check out your Moon sign reading, your Rising, or your Venus. If this message doesn't resonate, that's okay, it won't resonate for everyone. And also we have a new moon in Cancer coming up on Sunday, June 21st. It's also a solar eclipse, so I definitely suggest for anyone to check out the Cancer reading. It might have some messages for you because of the lunar, the solar eclipse and new moon happening in the sign of Cancer. And there's also a collective reading. It was my first video I published, and I'll be doing a collective reading when I feel called to by Spirit. I'll try to probably put one up every month just to see where we're all at. It'll probably change over time. Like I said, I'm just kind of going with the flow. But for now, this is your July 2020 monthly tarot reading for my Leos. So the decks I'm using here, this middle one is by Kyle Gray. It's the Angels and Ancestor Oracle deck. I also say the affirmation or the prayer before every reading. It's from this deck. It's by Kyle Gray. I didn't make it up, so I don't want to, take any claim for that. I just feel like it's perfect the way it's written. It's a great way to call in all the guides that I work with anyway, Alright, and then this one is a very rare deck. I've had it for 3 years. It's my first Oracle deck. It was my first deck ever. It's by Doreen Virtue. That's why I guess it's rare. She doesn't do this anymore for some reason. So, and this is the Crystal Angels Oracle deck. It will help us know what crystals will be good for my Leos to work with in July. And then I have the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and it's just an Ten of Swords at the bottom. It's obviously the traditional tarot picture is just enhanced. Ten of Swords. I'm not gonna say that's definitely a card for you in July, Leo, but it could be. I definitely have the collective feeling that a lot of my Leos are finishing up cycles that are no longer serving you, and good for you. Good stuff, I named my channel Star Card Tarot because personally it means so much to me, that card, for a lot of reasons. It's the card that comes after the Tower, and it's being authentic. It's like the shining light after the crazy storm, right? And I think we all have those in our life in one way or another. Some are more drastic than others. But, for my personal journey, it was really important for me to come into my authentic star self, right? And I don't mean star as in famous, I just mean, in reference to the card. And as Leos, you are ruled by the sun, which is technically a star. So there's that too. Alright, so I really hope this resonates for you, Leos. Let's start with... Yeah, let's see what crystals you're going to work with for July. So, Guardians, I'm going to say my little affirmation prayer from Kyle Gray's deck here. So I call in the guardians of the four corners, Mother in the earth, Father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones. I call on you and welcome you here now. I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from these tools will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places, and so it is. Alright, for my Leos, I'm just going to move these to the side. Have our little cheetah here. I named it Set, after the Egyptian god. It protects us from any danger, any negative forces. She's my little homie. Alright. Well, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for being here. Thank you, guardians. Thank you, collective Leo energies, and all the ancestors that are helping me with this reading. What is the crystal that Leos should work with? Oh, I can't. I'm like tongue-tied. The cat got your tongue there, Leo? Hey, you guys... No, you know what it is? It's Mercury retrograde. Ugh. But you know what? The show must go on, right, Leos? Alright, so what crystal should my Leos be working with? What is the message and the crystal for them July 2020? Show me clearly, please. Oh, Leo. Know who else got this? Was Aries. Wow. Leo, you got 2 rainbow kinds of crystals. That's interesting. Alright, I'm going to start with the underlying message. Okay, yeah. So you have here, the cards that you got is Watermelon Tourmaline, that's this one here. And the underline is Titanium Rainbow Quarts. So the Watermelon Tourmaline, it has, you know, rainbow, the tourmaline itself. Can you see that? See how it's like rainbow? It's watermelon colored, but still, it's similar for sure. It definitely has the colors of the rainbow within it. And we'll talk about this card in a second. But this one, Titanium Rainbow Quartz, is definitely, you know, rainbowed. And it says multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person that you are asking about. See how, I want to say, see how crazy this card is? It's beautiful, really, but there's a lot going on, as you can see. Wow. Yeah, there's like golds, there's a lot of pinks kind of exploding out of the card here. Ooh, you have answered prayers underneath, Unikite. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. And green, this card reminds me of the heart chakra all the time. So that's good, though. That's definitely a good sign. I mean, all of these are really good signs. In a sense. I mean, yes and no, right? You're like, what do you mean? It's saying that this person or situation has a lot of layers, and I'm kind of, you know, feeling maybe that you aren't going to get the answer you want, right? But I think this Unikite underneath with the it's the answered prayers card is saying that you will, you know, Spirit's seen the good work you've been doing. It's, you know, the one under that is balancing masculine and feminine energies, and that's what I was getting from this card here. So the the watermelon tourmaline is stress reduction, de-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and recover. But look at how there's the masculine and feminine spirit there. See them in how they're literally like coming into one soul, one spirit. Aries got this card too, so I don't know if that's in your chart. If it is, definitely watch it, or if you have an Aries in your life, I would definitely watch that video. And then they're holding up this ball. It looks like a star in the middle. And actually there's what seems to be a child in it. It's like, I don't know, it's a little person. I mean, it's physically small, and I don't know if you guys can see it. I wish I could, there we go. Can you see it, maybe? Hopefully. Well, you'll have to believe me, Leos, that there is, in that ball, at the masculine and feminine souls, they're holding up this beautiful ball of light, but past the light is a child. It's not like a baby, it's like 7, 8 years old looking. And what I got for the Aries reading out of that was that, you know, it could be that some of you guys, and I'm going to say the same thing to you, some of you might be planning to have a child, or maybe already, you know, waiting for the delivery of a baby. Or there are some of you that are possibly meeting your divine counterpart in July, coming into union with this person if you've already met them. And it's someone that you can see yourself having a family with. That's the message I'm really kind of getting through this card, because it is a stress reduction card, right? So it's like, you might be being like, oh, how are you getting that message? Well, it's because what it's saying to me is that this stress reduction needs to happen so that this divine union, or the balancing of your own masculine and feminine energies, can happen. It doesn't have to be another person. This can definitely just be you, you know. And watermelon tourmaline will help you de-stress so that you can be in more of a balanced flow of your creative masculine and your sensitive and comforting feminine, right? The masculine energy helps us into action, helps us do things, get things done. The feminine energy is where we can find rest, comfort, support, and love. Not that we can't find love in the masculine, but obviously it's just more natural to find it in the feminine energy, right? Okay. What else am I seeing here? And I think when you de-stress, rest, recharge, and revive, then this situation or person that has many layers and dimensions, not even just layers, but dimensions, right? So that's talking about like the spiritual realm, past lives, Akashic record stuff, right? Those are dimensions. Layers, I feel, is more of a 3D human level, like layers to a heart, you know, layers to a personality, layers to a person's experience here on life, thoughts, beliefs, talents, creativity, you know, you could go on forever in that category, right? Layers of a person, any person, right? But the dimensions talks about the spiritual aspect of it. So it's saying that this person or situation that you're asking about or wondering about, it's very complex. So if you de-stress, I think that, like the card underneath, you'll have the answer to your prayers, right? Like, I'm just feeling when you de-stress yourself, this multifaceted situation, person, thing, right, will become clearer for you, or it'll be easier to take the layers off. This could just be for you. Maybe you're realizing the different depths and layers of yourself. That could be something too. Very interesting, Leo. I'm excited to see where the tarot leads us. Alright, let's get an Ancestors Oracle first, and then we will dive into the nitty-gritty of the tarot. Alright, Ancestors, from my Leos, whoa, for July 2020. Wow. Got the great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. How beautiful. And then you got the drum, starry ancestor, an elder. These are such beautiful cards. These are some of my favorite cards. Another thing, Leo, is that like these same cards, you know, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, well, I don't wonder. I've been using this deck for about a year now. Over a year, actually. And it's always the same cards. It's very rare that I get something different. It's a lot of the same cards, but there's some that haven't come out yet. And it makes me wonder about cycles. Because these are our ancestors. This deck is like the deep Akashic record, kind of very, very deep, very cryptic. Set of cards. I'm just gonna look through them because I'm like literally curious of my own self, and this is why my videos are an hour long. Actually, maybe they all have come out. Yeah, I guess some just show more than others. Now that I'm looking through them, I have seen them all. Just some don't come out as often, like White Witch, Be the Light. That doesn't always show up. It does though. The moon always comes up usually in moon cycles. Scratch that, Leo. Never mind. I guess they all have come out. Maybe I'm just feeling like I'm missing one. I'm missing some of them. It's weird, huh? Anyhow. Yeah, just kidding. Anyhow. I think the drum came up for someone else. The other readings I uploaded recently. I don't know. I have the feeling that there's something missing right now, Leo, and I don't know why, and it's kind of driving me insane. I am going to keep the Great Teacher, but I'm going to give this a shuffle again because I just feel like there is something missing, and I don't understand why I'm feeling like this right now. And you have a lot of cards. Usually I like just one or two for the oracles. What is missing here? Anything else? No? Okay. They just said nope real loud. Okay. So yeah, I felt like there was something else that needed to come out, and this makes sense. Alright. Okay. So, my Leos. Your overall message is the Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. This card is all about being ready to really fall in love with either yourself or another person. It's recognizing that you've been through a lot of heartache, but you've healed so much. And this is your guardian, your heart guard, the guardians of the heart, and of your heart specifically, Leo. Leo actually rules the heart space. That's the body part for the Zodiac Sign of Leo. So it's always important for us to realize, or for you guys to realize, I am actually a Leo sun, so how big your heart is, I think Leos get a bad rap sometimes, but they do have gigantic, caring hearts. So yeah, this card also talks about if you're having any relationship issues, that you can call on the heart guardians and they will help you with those issues. They'll help your hearts heal, you and the other person. And being that you got the multifaceted, where it says, that there's many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about, that makes a lot of sense too. I am actually going to go into the Doreen Virtues book here for multifaceted, because it's kind of like, maybe that's what I was feeling too, is like maybe the collective Leos that are going to come here. Yeah, my ears are ringing. You guys are probably really wanting to know what does this card mean, because it is kind of strange, right? There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. So this is what it says in the book, guys. Titanium Rainbow Quarts. Multifaceted. The person or situation that you're asking about is multifaceted, like a gemstone. That means that there are many different sides to consider. There isn't one plain truth here, but several, which could create contradictions, inconsistencies, and confusion. Oh boy. You'll need to be honest with yourself about whether these differences are acceptable or upsetting to you. If you're asking about a certain person, this card is a sign of a complicated and unpredictable relationship. Some may consider this exciting, while others find it... I gotta switch the page. Others find it to contain too much drama. Most people have layers to them, and as long as the other person is behaving ethically and with integrity, you may benefit from this relationship. Again, it's a matter of being honest about your likes and dislikes. If your question is about a specific situation, this card is a sign that there's no single right answer. Sometimes this is because free will choices are currently shaping the outcome and nothing has been predetermined. In some cases, this card means that it's up for interpretation, whether or not this is a positive situation, according to individual tests and preferences. Oof, sorry, my arm is hurting. All in all, being comfortable with I can't say this word, ambiguity, and understand, and wow, I'm getting so tongue-tied from Mercury retrograde, I'm so sorry. Alright, let's try this again. All in all, being comfortable with ambiguity and an undetermined future is an opportunity for you to be the director of your own unfolding movie masterpiece. You were made in the image and likeness of the Creator, so you can create a wonderful present and future. So, okay. I'm glad I read that. So this card is basically about being okay with the unknown. Ugh. And I know for many Leos, I think, or maybe not many, but some, ambiguity, I think, means like when it doesn't feel well in the body or something like that. Ugh, I'll speak for myself, Leo. Like, as a fellow Leo, I hate that. I hate when something doesn't feel right in my gut and stuff. Like, ugh, I just don't like it. And, so yeah, that can definitely be difficult, but this angel message and the crystal message for titanium rainbow quartz is saying that, if you can try your best to just be okay with unpredictability, or be okay with knowing if it's about a person, you have to make a decision about what you do like and don't like, and if you're okay with it. You know, I guess that there's a lot of different facets to that person, so, and that's okay, right? Having multiple layers is a beautiful thing, of course, if they're being authentic and holding it within integrity and being, you know, basically real with you, right? Genuine, honest, loyal, all that kind of stuff. All the things that Leos really, really need. And if some of those are really not okay with you, you gotta be honest with yourself about that. If it's a situation, then it's pretty much about letting the universe just take it for now, you know, and trusting in the divine that it will turn out the way it's meant to. Being okay with the unknown, you know, and knowing that, you know, you've done all that you can do, especially that it's Mercury retrograde right now. So a lot of spiritual people that I've listened to, learned from, watched, a lot of them say that Mercury retrograde is kind of a time where everything's kind of at a standstill in a sense. Mercury affects speech, obviously, as I was very tongue-tied in the beginning especially. Electronics will mess up randomly, which I've already had happen to me today earlier when I left to go do some errands and stuff, and my phone said I had no service for like the longest time, and I was like, no, I paid my bill, like I always have service in this area, like what is going on, you know? And then all of a sudden it came back, like 20 minutes later. I was like, what the heck? You know, so things like that will happen. Being tired, so that's, you know, coming back to the stress reduction. That can happen to people, especially that there's a new moon coming soon this weekend. Yeah, so a lot to think about, Leo, and at the same time a lot to not think about, right? And I think that's the main message coming through here right now for the oracles. Okay. So, your ancestors want to tell you where to start. Let's start here. Druid. The Druid is about holding space for yourself. This is all about standing in your integrity and your authenticity, boundaries, knowing that you come from a long line of very wise souls, and you yourself have this deep, deep connection with the forest and the trees, just like the Druids. They, I believe, something about I think they may have created the first alphabet. Is there something like that in there? I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But they're just very, very special people that lived in the like the islands or the isles of, I believe, Ireland. They were very wise souls, and they just have a very magical connection with the earth and with especially the trees. Wow, I never noticed that there's a crystal on top of his staff there. It looks like a clear quartz or a diamond. That's interesting. Because I was actually getting the feeling about telling you guys about clear quartz for some reason. Because I know water tourmaline and definitely titanium rainbow quartz. I mean, if you guys have that, God bless you. I've never even seen a titanium rainbow quartz crystal. I have seen watermelon tourmaline before, that's more common. But if you have a clear quartz, which is extremely common, you can always charge this with your intention to be a watermelon tourmaline or a titanium rainbow quartz. Okay, so just keep that in mind, Leo. Here you have the mirror guardian. So you have two guardians for you in the month of July. The heart guardian will help you heal your heart. It will help you with healing the hearts and the, you know, ties within relationships that you have on earth now and in the past. Meaning, you know, in the past physically, or people who have actually passed on to their second chapter of existence, right, in the spirit world. And the mirror guardian is talking about take time to reflect. So she's all about being honest with herself. Again, the connection. And the mirror, right, she's looking into the universe. That is the reflection. I love this card. Because what this card talks about is that, you are the universe. We are made of stardust. Like, we are the universe. We are the creators of our future, our present, our future, and our destiny, right? And that's also what this multifaceted card said at the end. That we're made in the image of the Creator. We're made in the image of the universe, right? We have the universe within us. And to believe in that, to really understand that, to hone in on your powers and your spiritual gifts. And I'm being called to move to this one. This card, the Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. This actually, the Great Teacher, this is about Christ consciousness. I don't know what your upbringing was, Leo, but if you did grow up in Christianity or a Catholic background, I know it's a really touchy subject for some people. It doesn't have to be that either. If you grew up maybe in Buddhism or, any religion, any spiritual teacher, spiritual experiences that you have had, this card is talking about learning from those, not forgetting where you came from in a sense. This is just my opinion, but I think that we can all learn something from, I've always been the type that will take bits and pieces from all different types of spiritual teachers, right? And I find that to be very beneficial. But of course, to each your own. If you are completely dedicated to one faith, that's totally fine. And this card is talking about that, whoever the great teacher is to you in your spiritual life, this card is saying that there's going to be lessons there for you, whether that's right now in your present or in your past. And it will free you like that dove there, That's like what Spirit's wanting for you, is to free you. And I love how the dove is moving towards the heart guardian. It's interesting. It's like saying light in your heart because of this stress reduction card here. Yeah, your ancestors or spirit wants you to lighten your heart. That was definitely, my ears are ringing off the hook right now. Alright, now you also have the drum, star ancestors, and elders. So, trying to see what way Spirit wants me to read this here. I guess I'll read it this way. I wanted to read it that way just because I feel like it's nice to to end with a happy, this is the happiest card I think out of all three. But especially the way the elder's kind of grinning at me, I'm feeling like life's not always roses, is what it's saying to me. So here it is. Not that this elder card is bad, it's not. It's just a little more hard love, I guess, right? Alright, so we have the drum, dream and journey. So the drum is about living to the beat of your own drum, showing your creative and unique side, knowing that your wildest dreams can become reality. Star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Again, it's talking about your connections to the universe, right? When you do this reflection, this inner reflection, call on the mirror guardian to connect with your star ancestors. They're probably going to have some answers for you, and you can totally do this, you know. The way I found that spirit guides work, ancestors, light beings, all that stuff, archangels, past loved ones, you name it, even star ancestors, or star family, if you look up like the meaning of star seeds and things like that, it'll go into better detail. They just want to, they need our permission kind of thing. Like we have to ask for assistance because we all have free will, we all make our own choices. Some people believe in destined things, and I'm not saying I don't, but sometimes I think we need to make the choices as well. Does that make sense? So whether or not things are destined or not is not the point. The point is that your star ancestors want to communicate with you. I'm really hearing that loudly. Especially if I don't know if you guys, if any of you will have connections to Egyptian heritage. If you know your family tree that can go that far back. I mean, there are theories that we actually all come from that area before the continents broke up. You know what I mean? It's something. There's something there. There's also numbers coming off the pyramids into the sky here. And there's the Big Dipper, Orion's Belt. I'm just looking at the constellations on this card. I believe that's the constellation of Leo. And I'm not sure what the other two are, Pisces and, you guys might know what the other ones are. So here, I'll give you a close-up. See, Orion's Belt's at the top. There's a small, or Little Dipper, Big Dipper. I believe that's Leo. And then I think one of those is Pisces. I'm not sure what the other one is. Something maybe about that too. I just heard North Node, South Node. Yeah, you guys are probably going through a transformation, becoming more into your North Node. So our South Node is believed to be what we were in our past life for the Zodiac sign type, and through this life we want to become more into our North Node. So my North Node is Pisces, so the opposite of Pisces I believe is Virgo. So I was a Virgo in my past life. Or at least in this lifetime, it's good. My purpose is to go from the mindset of a Virgo more into the mindset of a Pisces. So Virgos are very analytical and science-based and things like that. I can go into so much of it, but it's very much like the fixer, types mindset. And yeah, it's definitely, I read about it. I have a book that a friend let me borrow, and it was very helpful. So you can definitely look up, if you don't know what your North Node is, you can look it up, and it's just your South Node will be whatever is the opposing sign. So Leo's, our opposing sign is Aquarius. So it's whatever sign is, you can look at the wheel, so it will be the one opposite, opposite of the wheel, or just go 6 months ahead. Alright. So yeah, sorry, I got so lost in the stars and constellations, I don't know why, wow. Okay, so the voice of your soul. So this card basically is about how your ancestors, especially your star family, if you can look into that at all, about star seeds, I think it would be beneficial for you. They're trying to help you make your dreams and your journey into into what you've always wanted, like what you came here to do. The star ancestors talk about like you weren't just born like on purpose, you were born for a purpose, things like that. Like you were born to do something, Leo, and it's something unique to you and to your soul and to your lineage and to your elders. To you have the elder card, the druids, and the great teacher. This is a lot of really powerful ancestors right here. Just these 3 cards alone. And the star ancestors. My God. You have literally the universe, other galaxies. You have all the religions of time that are known. You have all of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh. Like paganism and, like really old, magic and living off the land here. And you have the elder, which is like even beyond the druids time-wise on Earth. Like this is like beginning of time kind of stuff. Tribal history. You see this, Leo? That's a lot. and here you are with the mirror guardian and the heart guardian with all this crazy strong ancestral background. Like these are really powerful cards. And I really am seeing like this timeline. Like the drum is like your heartbeat, right? Like you were born, and like you're, God, I don't know. I'm really getting images of, I feel like you're a Akashic record right now. I feel like I'm getting the image of like the drum beat was like when you first were born. Not here, like long time ago. And like every line you went through, like you were once in a tribal setting. And this card is about moving beyond ancestral patterns. That's literally what it says. So it's like talking about breaking some sort of chain here. It doesn't have to, sorry if I'm being too deep for you guys, but that's what I'm getting. I'm trying to make it into a more 3D thing here for you guys. Okay, so if the multiple lives thing isn't resonating for you, then I can say that this time on Earth that you've had so far, Leo, your heart has been so strong. Your heart, oops, you can't really see it, sorry. Hold on. Can you see it now? I'll just hold it up for you. So your heart has been so strong, right? And your guardian angels, God, Spirit, whoever, universe, has seen this. And it really wants to recognize how strong and brave your heart has been. It's also recognizing that it's time for you to really take some time to reflect on who you are. What do you want? What do you really want? What do you really want to manifest? Because you are the universe. You can manifest anything you want, Leo. So be careful, right? Like you want to be really cautious. And really know what do you like, what do you dislike, what is it that you really want to do. So taking some time to reflect into the depth of your heart, and letting yourself like receive love and give love too. Like that's important for the month of July. It's saying for these two cards, like to recognize your worthiness, like to recognize how worthy you are of love, of amazing abundance in life, of living your dreams, right? That's what the drama is all about, living out your dream and your journey, and that you're worthy of it. So the Elder card, this is the more 3D level here. I brought it down from the Galactics, I'm sorry. Sometimes it takes me a minute to bring it down. So the Elder card, breaking, moving beyond ancestral patterns. It is about breaking bad habits that may have been, not really, some maybe you're doing, but some could be that it's kind of like a generational thing. Or it was taught, right? And saying you have the power to do that, you can, and I think most of you want to. I think a lot of my Leos are actually noticing this for themselves, and they're ready, right? They're ready to hold the space that they deserve. No more of this like dimming yourself down. I feel that for my Leos a lot, that a lot of people kind of get intimidated by Leos, and it's unfortunate because they really do have the biggest hearts. I haven't really met a Leo who didn't have a huge heart and cared sometimes too much, right? Care too much sometimes. But the Druid about holding space, like that's for you, like that's holding your boundaries, like knowing that like you I'm just getting the message on. Knowing that you deserve to be here is the message. You deserve to be here, and you deserve to have the space that you want. Like you deserve to be heard. You don't have to dim down your light to please others anymore. And then the great teacher here, learning from spiritual experiences. So that's, to me, is like the balance of like, yes, hold your own, like hold your light, like be like shine that crystal, that diamond on top, shine like I'm hearing shine bright like a diamond. But at the same time, learn from the great teachers, learn from the spiritual, learn from the dove, the innocence of a dove though, like be light hearted about it. Don't be too, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Shine your light, hold your space, but be humble at the same time. Does that make sense? And follow the voice within your soul. Your soul knows what it wants and what it needs to do, and who it needs to be around and who it doesn't. And you can trust that. You can trust that, you can trust that, you can trust that. Please, please trust that. That's like, it's like your ancestors were like coming through me just then. They were like, please, for the love of God, just listen to yourself. That's what they wanted to say to you guys. Yeah, they really want you to hear that and hear that clearly. Like that's how they see you, is this mirror here. Well, Leo, I'm gonna have to hold on. My battery's going, or the space is getting full, so I will be right back.